up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the League of the Americas here with FC Dallas. And you're seeing me here in full screen mode, which means something went wrong and something did, and my microphone decided it didn't want to record my live commentary for this episode, which means I have no face cam, no live commentary. This is going to be a post commentary, unfortunately. Sorry about that. For some reason, the last couple of weeks, every once in a while, my microphone decides it wants the day off and doesn't want to work. So I have to apologize for that. I don't know what its dysfunction is, but I hope it figures itself out very, very quickly because it's really starting to piss me off. But either way, we got to get into this one. There's a lot of important decisions to make. We're getting into the January transfer window. Actually, not this episode, but we will get into it next time because I have some important decisions to make right here, right now. So let's get into it. So we are starting this one off with the decision that I left you guys with last time, and that was whether or not we should keep Eddie. And I left a straw poll in the description last time, and you guys voted, and you guys did decide to keep him. Now, I actually really like that decision because something I forgot to mention, I really should have mentioned it when I was talking about him in last episode, and that is that we're losing Kellyn Acosta in this transfer window. He's asked to leave, and I'm going to allow him to do that. I'm going to try to sell him or use him as part of a bigger deal in some way, but I don't believe in keeping players at a team if they don't want to be there. So we will be allowing Kellyn Acosta to leave, which means we're going to need more depth in that center defensive mid role, and Eddie definitely can slot in and play there. He played well against Bayern Munich coming off the bench and playing in that spot, so I'm glad that you guys chose to keep him in the team. So I did find some players that could potentially be our backup center attacking mid. All three of these players are on expiring contracts, so we could probably get them cheaper than what their actual value is. The first one is Lucas Pizzon from Chelsea. I think he actually spent all of last season suspended for Chelsea due to some legal troubles he got into in Canada. I don't know, it's a bizarre story, but he could be a potential suitor for us, or we could be a potential suitor for him and bring him into the team as a backup center attacking mid. He's probably the best of the three that are on this list, and he could be a good fit for our team. The second one is Allison. It would be the second Allison we bring into the team. He's a good player in his own right. Probably not as good as the other two, but he does have some strengths. He's a good dribbler. He's pretty quick. I think he could fit in the team pretty well. He brings something that we don't really have at center attacking mid, which is out and out athleticism. So I do like him in that spot, in that aspect. The third player is Alex Mowat. Now he's the exact opposite of Allison. He's the least athletic player I've ever seen that plays in an attacking role. He has like 50 pace or something. He has like 2-star skills, 2-star weak foot. Not that great skill wise, but what he can do is take free kicks, which is something we desperately need on this team. We only have one free kick taker right now, and it's Mauro Diaz. So he can take free kicks, as well as Pizzon, which is something to keep in mind when you're going to be voting for these players. And I will leave a link to a straw poll in the description below so you can go and vote. The last player is Jesse Lingard. Now, I know this is a player you guys wanted to see brought in, and I did try earlier, but the asking price was just too much. 15 million is more than what we have right now. But I might be able to talk Manchester United down a little bit, maybe throw in Kellyn Acosta in this deal and bring that price down even more. I don't know. I'll definitely have another look at Jesse Lingard because I know that's a player that you guys wanted to see. Also on this list is Victor Wanyama. Now he's on an expiring contract, and this deal is completely separate from all of the other ones. This is because I'm not 100% sold on Carlos Gruezo as a starting center defensive mid. I've much preferred Acosta and Kitchen over Gruezo this season, so I thought about bringing in another center defensive mid, and this is the best of the bunch that I can find. He would be for next season, again on a pre-contract. We could sign him up and get him in and replace Carlos Gruezo next year, but I'll leave that up to you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on replacing Gruezo in the comments below, and any other center defensive mids that you can think of, or if you'd rather see me bring in Wanyama, definitely let me know. So on we go to the first game of the episode. We're at home to take on Colo Colo. They were in 7th place coming in, and right off the bat, they're all over us. Hollingshead with some sloppy play straight from kickoff. Colo Colo get the ball back. A nice 1-2 up the wing for Tonso, who cuts inside past Omar Gonzalez, plays it to the middle. Luckily, the shot was right at Allison. He's able to make the save, and we're able to clear that danger. Our first opportunity would actually come off of a counterattack from a Colo Colo corner, and our reserve right back, Tyler Adams, is leading this counter. And actually, I played nearly an entirely full reserve lineup in this match, but they played well. Adams finds Aribi here, but his shot is right at Villar, and he's able to make that save. Colo Colo back on the attack though later in the first half, and this is a great individual run from Vilches, getting past Omar Gonzalez and Kellyn Acosta, plays the 1-2, but his shot does go just wide. Unfortunate for him. That was a great individual run from Vilches. And we were actually not playing very well in this one, so later in the first half, I decided to change it up, go with some high pressure, and it worked pretty well. Hollingshead intercepts that pass, plays it to Lizarazo, who lays it for Gruezo, who is through. He has the shot, but it is well wide. That's just something Gruezo doesn't do very well, is take long shots, but you know, that's not really what he's there for. I just wish he was a little bit better at it. But at halftime, still 0-0. More changes are needed. And I was going through my bench, and I saw Mauro Rosales there, and I just had this gut feeling. I know, he's a good veteran. I thought, you know what, let's bring him on. I think he could change this game around for us. It was just a gut feeling I had at the time, and I made that decision to bring him on. But early in the first half, we were a little bit better. REB on the counterattack does a nice job to cut that ball inside, looking for the run of Acosta. He finds him, but Acosta's a shot, finds nothing but the post. Unlucky for Acosta not to score our first goal of the game right there. Colo Colo, more high pressure troubling them. Zendejas does a great job to pick that ball off. And look who it is, Mauro Rosales for the first goal of the game. I told you, it's just a gut feeling I had when I saw his name. I just had to bring him in. I wish I could have kept the live commentary for this game, because I said at the time when I brought him on, it's just a gut feeling, and it worked out very well. To be fair, that was mostly Zendejas making a great defensive play, but credit to Rosales for making the right run. A lot of times my players don't make that run. They'll make idiotic runs at defenders instead of into space. Rosales found the space and had a great finish to put us up 1-0. It's getting late in the game now, and it's still 1-0, still a very tight game, and we have an opportunity. Hollingshead played the ball over the top for Jamison. Jamison looking for a player in the box, and he finds Carlos Gruezo, who's sitting there on the penalty spot, and he scores the goal. That is something Gruezo does well, is he gets in the box and opens himself up for shots, and I complain a lot that my players don't go to the penalty spot in these types of situations. Gruezo did. He went to the penalty spot and had a nice finish into the bottom corner, and that is how this game would end. 2-0 over a very, very good Colo Colo team. That was a very, very tight match. And I know I only showed you a couple, or maybe even one highlight from Mauro Rosales, but he really did come in and change the game. He played so well, just kept possession, kept the ball moving, much, much better than Lizarazo did. Lizarazo was a bit of a nightmare in that first half, but Mauro Rosales came in and definitely helped the team. On we go to the next game, and it is on the road against Orlando in the League Cup, round of 16. I would have liked to have played this, but Orlando's in 17th place in League 2, so I wasn't too worried about it. Plus, we had our starters available for this one, and they are the ones that were going to get the job done here. A 3-1 victory over Orlando. Yeah, just light work for our starters in that one. And now, for the main event of this episode, it is first place Dallas taking on second place Atletico Mineiro. We're on the road for this one, and we actually got off to a really, really good start. A quick counterattack, less than 10 minutes in. Barrios pays it to Diaz, and it's 1-0, less than 10 minutes in. And yes, it was a very, very lucky goal. 100% should have taken the shot with Barrios there, instead of waiting for the run of Diaz. But it just, somehow it worked out, and I do put the emphasis on butt there because, yeah, that was lucky not to go down as a butt cheek own goal from the defender, because Diaz just blasted that off the dude's butt cheeks, and it went into the back of the net. Lucky start for us, but I'll still take it. They all count. Diaz off the mark early, 1-0. But nothing really happened in that game, in this game, until the second half, where early on we took a nice quick free kick, and Castillo with a great individual performance to win that ball. That was incredible. I know I rave about Castillo a lot, but that was the winger going one-on-one with a center back, just out-muscling and out-hustling him to get to that ball. And then he plays a great pass into the path of Mauro Diaz once again for his second goal of the game. And we're now beating Mineiro 2-0. And we were not done there. Aribi now coming up the wing, cuts it inside, and look who it is! It's Carlos Gruezo again, finding space in the box. He does do that very, very well. I don't know. Should we replace Carlos Gruezo or not? I'm going to have to leave it up to you guys. This performance today kind of leaves me more on the fence than ever before. I just don't know. I don't like him in the position he's supposed to play, which is the defensive midfielder. I don't like him defensively, but offensively he does join the attack very well. And yeah, we're still not done in this one. Late in the game now, Bobby Wood has the ball, holding it up, waiting for a runner, and there he goes. It's our other holding midfielder, Perry Kitchen, in the box. He makes no mistake, 4-0 over Mineiro. Yes, the last 2 goals were a result of them pushing numbers forward and us just being lethal on the counterattack, but still not too bad. Mineiro trying to save face, maybe get one back late here, and they get a penalty. Don't ask me how that was a penalty. Yes, Rivero stuck his foot out, but as you'll see in the replay, I don't think he touched him. He lunged forward, something I didn't tell him to do. He just did that on his own. But look, he lunges forward, doesn't actually make contact with the player, but a penalty is awarded nonetheless. It's the Tolo to take it, and, oh well. It doesn't really matter. Allison dives the right way, just couldn't quite make the save. This game would end 4-1 on the road against Mineiro, a game that in the second half we thoroughly dominated. I mean, it was a very, very good performance from us in the second half. First half, almost nothing happened except for that one early goal. So I was happy with the performance in the second half particularly, but I say that we dominated that game. And we did in the second half to an extent. We definitely scored the goals. But look at the statistics. It doesn't say that we dominated. We both had 6 shots, 4 on target, possession pretty much even. They play better defensively, I would say, with 18 tackles to our 8. And yet we won the game 4-1. And that just comes down to our shots being better than theirs. We just have better looking shots. We were more clinical in front of goal. They just didn't take their shots well. And for that reason, I think I'm going to increase the CPU's shot accuracy a little bit just to try to make things a little bit more competitive. And actually, that's the last game we're going to be playing in this episode. But before we go, I want to give you a look at our youth academy just because I haven't shown you the youth academy in a very long time. I want to give you a good idea of the players we have and kind of what their ratings are right now. None too highly rated, but some with some pretty decent potentials, particularly this player right here, Zarek Culver, who coincidentally just asked to get out of the youth academy and wants to be brought up to the senior team. And I am going to offer him that contract. Now, I like him because he is a playmaker, he has good technical attributes, and I think potentially he could be an answer for us at center attacking mid. Obviously not right away because he's only 54 rated, but I am going to give him maybe a little bit of playing time in some of the domestic cups, and we'll see how he does. But that does not mean that we don't absolutely need a center attacking mid right now. And you can see Culver accepted his contract. However, Carlos Lizarazo's loan deal expired. I told you at the beginning of the season, I didn't know when that deal was going to end. Now it ended January 1st. So our first order of business in this transfer window is center attacking mid. Make sure you go vote on the 3 options that I gave you at the beginning of the episode, or choose that 4th option, select other, and leave me some suggestions down in the comments below for center attacking mid. Here is the league standings one more time before we go. We are starting to run away with it just a little bit, about halfway through the season. 8 points clear of Atletico Mineiro after we kind of demolished them a little bit at their own place. So yeah, I struggle with these career modes, trying to find a good balance between, doing career modes that you guys find interesting, which means trying to keep it, based around the MLS a little bit, but also finding a level of competition that makes things interesting and keeps it competitive. I thought this league would be different because these teams, even with the changes I've made, and there've only been a couple changes to the stock Dallas team, these teams should be just at least as good as us, and they just aren't. They just don't play very well. So I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I'm going to try to increase, like I said, the difficulty a little bit by increasing their shot accuracy, and hopefully they score a couple more goals. Also have to credit a lot to our goalkeeper, Allison, who's been an absolute brick wall in there this season. I mean, he just doesn't let up any goals. He might be the best goalkeeper I've used in FIFA 16. He's really freaking good. But either way, that's going to do it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you go vote on the center attacking mids. And I'll see you when we come back for some more FC Dallas career. See ya.